This is Old 77 Podcast. It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Oh God, I love the organ, Dave.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the ballpark.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe
world.
Episode 151, the Bacardi episode.
The Bacardi, yes.
Need some
151.
pineapple rum
And
pineapple juice.
Pineapple.
And meanwhile, I'm drinking bourbon.
I am drinking
always.
bourbon, yes.
Yeah.
I've got a nice Elijah Craig here. It is quite tasty.
Y'all have got
Pepsi.
Peat Pepsi. I remember the Peat Pepsi was a thing last year too, wasn't it?
No, dude,
Nope.
this is the first
It's
year.
Special.
Okay. Well, maybe I just saw things online that was coming out.
I can't bring myself to do it, bro. I just can't.
I like it.
You know?
Of course, I'm in a cult, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, they're gonna make a movie about you someday.
Why are you in a cult? Let me ask.
So the Peep and the Pepsi. Well, the Peeps come from Cola Warrior, which is a competition, if you will, of shooting.
Gotcha.
You got to do some stupid stuff, but you do some exercises. You eat 6 Peeps while you're putting together an AK
dear
and
God.
taking it apart, and then you run a half mile. You shoot your pistol and your rifle, and then you chug 6 12-ounce cans. And yes, you'll probably puke.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's got to be carbonated.
Not only
carbonated.
that, but what branch is this?
This is, everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody can come
Okay,
to it, but it's a
so-
lot of veterans. It was started by a Marine, I believe.
What a Marine.
Yep.
So where's the spot where you stop and take a shit?
Right after. Right after you chug everything, you got to do it. So,
because man,
it's
that's
crazy.
going to
You
be
could bring-
rough.
Look up a Cola Warrior.
Cola Warrior.
Yeah, we'll start this off right. Yeah.
Started off right, man.
Cola Warrior.
Started
The only
off
thing
right.
that would make it is if you had to eat a Krispy Kreme donut or something, and that would shave time off your run.
So they've got it through. There's a north, south, east, west, southeast, southwest, all over the place.
I
So
see that.
we recently got the flyover.
Nice.
Yeah, look on YouTube, or if it's a video of it.
Hold on, I think I found their official website here. Cola Warrior.
Official, eh?
Well, maybe this might not be their official website, but it describes it. It's a pentathlon. Penta meaning 5. I know that much. That tests endurance, strength, grit, and marksmanship. Successful competitors display calm under pressure while riding the edge of exhaustion. The calm under pressure is the not throwing up from the Peeps.
Ugh.
Yep.
My mom loves Peeps.
So American Defense Manufacturer, they make gun parts, and I know that they give stuff to give away along with other gun manufacturers.
I had a
But
BB
they'll
gun
give-
once.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts.
I shot a bird. Never did it again. I felt so
So I guess
bad.
that's where it all starts for gun ownership, and
Yeah.
maybe he gets his own Netflix series instead of me.
Maybe.
Yep.
What are you getting a Netflix series on?
I don't know.
He's like, I got BB gun, I shot a bird. Like he was straight for the death stuff.
Absolutely.
You did go straight for it.
I'm dark. What can I say?
When did you get your first
bitch.
BB gun?
I was probably in 3rd grade, maybe.
Third grade?
Yeah.
When was it?
That was when we lived in Jeff City on Sean Drive.
I can say if you're under 10 and haven't shot a bird, you're probably not living.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I think that depends on your definition of
I
living.
remember I would take pieces of
You
I would
know.
take pieces of yarn and tie them to the tabs on soda cans and use those for my target practice in my backyard. I enjoyed it. You know, I've noticed there's a lot of kids that are getting into archery these days, like competitive archery.
Archery
that
is
looks
big.
like fun.
I've got some friends and they've,
Archery is getting big. You know?
let's see, they're at Blair Oaks.
Even the little small school that I teach at, Emmanuel Lutheran, they've got an archery squad out there.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a very relaxing, very good Zen thing to do to kind of relax the mind. And
I'd like to check it out. I don't have anywhere. Well, I guess I could.
I know Rogan in his old studio had one of those indoor archery electronic range.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
things. I don't
Those
know.
are cool.
I don't know if he's
Yeah.
got it in the new one or not, but yeah.
How many studios now is this for Rogan?
He's had 4 or 5 for sure.
4 or 5?
I mean, his
I've
first
noticed a couple watching.
yeah,
I know he's got the one now with all the red stuff on the wall, right?
that's the old one.
Oh, that's the old one now.
The new one is the one that has his name and the neon sign in the background where it says the Joe Rogan Experience. But his first studio was his basement.
Yeah, I knew that. I mean,
Have you ever gone back and watched?
Just saying.
Tried
There
to
it
watch
is.
the first episode of that show.
no,
No,
I
I
haven't.
haven't made it back that far. I started just scrolling back and
Yeah,
putting on the ones that I wanted to check out.
Yeah.
And
they're pretty
yeah,
rough.
I've barely made it.
Yeah,
Well, of course they are.
through.
Everybody's first episodes are rough.
Absolutely.
You know, and for some reason, everybody goes back and listens to the first episode.
Yeah.
Some of us don't even have video. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
God.
They were tough because I've got to be visually involved in it. And
Oh.
I've made it through a few of the ones before you got video,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I prefer to have the video option as well. It just makes it.
I heard a guy the other day. He was some professional podcast. I say air quotes professional, but he was like, "You just need to stick with the audio portion of it. Video is no one needs that. It's a podcast." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, I tend to,
No offense, but you're wrong."
I
you
tend
know?
to disagree with that.
I mean,
It's
there
a
are some
visual
people like
medium
Erin.
now.
She's doing it while she's working, so she doesn't have time to watch it.
And
just-
that's fine.
but
you know?
she's able to do that. I mean, she reads. She's used to, putting the narration, putting the visual with the narration that comes
Right.
about it. And,
And
I
you
was
know,
like, I can't do it.
I can totally get that. But, even the video, if you need be, if need be, the video can just be heard,
Right.
Like, I don't know how many people just listen to our show as compared to the ones who actually go on Spotify and YouTube, just throwing that out there, where you can see the show.
And with you guys being from radio, you all do it because I noticed that it was like, even now, it was like you'll be like, hey, showing you this or this is happening and
Yeah.
do things like that. You catch Joe and his people on it, even though they've got the video. It'd be like, for those that aren't on video, showing something. But
Yeah, I always
Oh,
try
yeah.
to mention that if we're doing something that involves video. Usually, I instead of saying for those that don't have video, I say this is why you fuckers should have video.
right, and I've seen that on there.
Yeah, this is why you should have Spotify.
Get it.
Hey, did you hear about real life snakes on the plane happening this week?
What?
Y'all didn't hear about that?
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Plane makes emergency landing when pilot spots a venomous cobra.
Oh, so just one snake on the plane?
Yeah, it's more exciting when I make plural.
It's the prequel.
The South African pilot had to make an emergency landing when he found himself in a situation straight out of the movies. A venomous snake was under his seat.
Oh, Jesus.
He was on a private plane carrying 4 passengers.
private.
Yada yada yada. When he
Probably somebody's pet, and they
probably.
snuck out of the bag.
I remember there was some guy.
I'd like to hope so.
There was some guy a few months ago that locked himself in a pit with 300 venomous snakes, just to prove to people that they won't bite you unless you.
He lived with him, right?
Well, there's probably a guy that lives with him too, but there was one guy that locked himself into a room or a box or something with hundreds of venomous snakes, and the whole point of it was to prove that they won't bite you unless you provoke them. And he didn't get bit by a single one.
I'm sorry.
Whole
No.
bunch of nope.
He's got bigger balls than I do. Hey, did Andrea show you the video I sent her on Instagram the other day with the snake?
Yeah.
Was
Hot-
it your
that's
snake?
A hot no.
It wasn't your snake.
That's a hot no.
No, it wasn't mine. It was a,
No,
it was a
no,
deal.
no.
It was like
It was too small. I
these-
will say that.
Yeah, for sure. These people were on a float.
Wah, wah.
These people were on a float trip or something, and so there's this. It looked like a water moccasin to me.
It looked like a nope rope to me,
yeah.
bro.
So here's the snake swimming along in the water, and old country boy goes and grabs him by the tail and whips him around and throws him, and he lands right on top of this chick that's in a big inner tube, and she freaks the fuck out.
Like I said, a nope rope.
Yeah. Well, Andrea is deathly afraid of snakes, so of
Oh
course
my
she was the
God.
first person I sent that video to.
As well you should have, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she showed me that. She was like, hey, you see this fucking video that Dave... And I was like, oh. Yeah, that's a hot no.
You know what, dude? I almost sent that video, and then I decided not to send it, and then I was like, no, fuck it, I'm going to send it.
As well you should, bro. As well you should.
I hope I didn't traumatize her too bad.
Nah. She's got years of that.
Yeah.
You're not just the first. Don't worry about that.
I'm pretty sure me and Andrea could get a deal, a deal on bulk therapy.
No kidding.
I feel like I could use some therapy. I feel I'm at the point in my life where I'm ready to deal with shit that I haven't dealt with yet.
Talk to us, Dave. What's going on?
I mean,
Yeah, Dave, what's up?
I'm good.
Dave, how do you feel
I
today?
need therapy. No, I'm good.
You guys know all my secrets. I mean, you guys know, but
No, I get
you know,
you.
just abandonment issues.
Well, that I get.
Hey,
Do you not know how to deal with that, though?
I think I'm getting better at it.
Yeah. I feel like if you just pay attention to enough things in
Yeah.
your life that you'll eventually kind of get the hang of it. Like, I'm just now getting to where I can like see repeat patterns coming back around, and I'm wanting to change those
cycles. Yeah,
things like that. You know.
Did I tell you that my dad liked our podcast on Facebook?
Did he really?
So that has me thinking that he probably listened to our episode about fatherhood.
So I out of the blue the other day, I called my sister and I was telling her about.
Starts?
I was telling her.
Yeah.
That episode is where therapy starts.
Yeah.
I was telling her about our dad and stuff, and she's like, "You talked about dad?"
Who were
My sister,
Oh,
my
your
older
sis.
sister.
Yeah.
She's I don't know, mid to early 60s.
Yeah.
You know now, and so we were talking, and I said, "Yeah, I talked about dad." She was like, "Wow." I was like, "Why not?"
Yeah.
You know, I didn't hold anything back.
Yeah. What's he gonna do now?
Yeah, there ain't nothing you can do now. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when I saw that he liked the podcast page, then I started thinking about what all I said during that show. And
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not. I mean, everything that I said was honest, and you know, I've told you guys before, man. Like before I had kids, I was afraid that I would be an absent father, like my dad was. You know, I was afraid maybe that I was like, you know, genetically predisposed. But now that I have kids, there's no fucking way I would ever move away from my kids. I don't care if me and my wife got divorced tomorrow. I'm not moving away. Like I'm gonna be here with my kids. Just
Like same house and everything, baby.
yeah, we're still
Just
sleeping.
moving downstairs.
Well,
I'll
Make
sleep
a
on the
teepee out in the
couch.
back 40.
I am on the couch.
things are good in the Jordan household right now. So,
That's good.
but I'm just saying, theoretically speaking, man, if some shit ever went down, there's no way I would ever bounce on my kids.
I don't want to have to call you for back pay child support.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't want that call, Will. I don't want that.
We've already
call.
talked about it. You're good.
Yeah. How many people do you talk to a day?
Usually get 3 or 4 phone calls. Usually it's
Do they call you or do you call
lawyers.
them?
They call us.
I
Yeah.
see.
Every once in a while we'll do callbacks, but there's hardly a time to where
Is
Yeah.
it people
we make
that
the call.
don't pay their child support?
Yeah, either because they just don't or
Maybe they lost
they're
their
back
job.
behind
or-
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but we're still able to get a little bit because of unemployment and stuff.
Oh, I
Well,
gotcha,
speaking
I
of my
gotcha.
dad, I do remember my dad was late on a lot of his child support payments.
That's
too.
one thing. I pay child support.
Yeah.
I am never behind.
But if you get it to where like a
That's good
workman's
on you,
comp
man.
claim or you get into a car accident and
Yeah.
you're going to get, say you get 50,000, well, lawyer's going to usually take 25 to 30% of that. You got expenses on top of that, and then if you've got some medical liens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't bother with that, but comes back and then you take that and divide it by 2, and usually the person paying support and us will split whatever the end result is for it.
Interesting.
So, and sometimes it doesn't even cover, because most of the times we can do a $20,000 lien, and it was for 20,000, so we'll get like $3,000 out of it. But I mean, at least it's something for his
Yeah,
kid.
at least you get something.
We're working on getting something for the little fellas out there,
You know,
girls.
man, it's weird. The whole child support thing.
Yeah.
You know, how many? Can I ask a silly question? How many of those are guys, and how many of those are women? How many women pay child support? Are there?
I'm sure there are, but
Because I feel like it's all.
Maybe an 80-20.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say I feel like it's all dudes.
Yep.
And you know, guys, that's because that's what guys do. They provide, right?
you know,
But it's not fair because I know a ton of girls who would just use the child
yeah,
to get to the guy.
as a means.
You know?
There's a guy that I know. I don't want to give too much
No.
information, but he's going through a custody battle with his
Oh, at present.
ex-wife right
Yeah.
now, and he's been very open about the process. Like he's put it out on social media. Like
Oh.
he is very, very frustrated with the system, and
Yeah.
he feels like the system automatically is skewed towards favoring with.
Oh, it definitely
with the
is.
mom.
It definitely is. I went to court the whole thing in Illinois
Yeah.
because I had just gotten a job and moved. The mother still was in Illinois. Well, fuck, it's Nancy. So Nancy was in Illinois, and I was moving to Missouri. And because I was in another state, she filed because I left, and
Yeah.
they garnished my wages. I'm like 500 and something light every month,
Yeah.
which I have no problem with. At the time, I think they were garnishing it, and they did something else, like to ensure that no matter what, They always knew where I was, and they could find it because I'd left the state.
Yeah.
And it was all because I left to get a job.
Right.
You know, that they really cracked down on us. I don't know if they do it in Missouri or not, but in Illinois they charge a yearly processing fee.
Like $7.50 or something.
I think
Missouri's is.
mine's 30 something. I pay like $30.
When you say $7.50, you mean $7.50. Okay.
Yeah.
so they charge basically for the county clerk
like
to
a
deal
quarter
with
something.
all of it.
It would be
take
30
taxes
because
out.
it's
Yeah.
It's $7.50, like a quarter. So we'll get it every once in a while.
Yeah.
I see.
Check it.
You guys know I'm a sucker for Guinness Book World Records, right, Scott?
Wow,
What we
going from this to Guinness, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got, Dave?
We have a new Guinness Book World Record
Hold up.
holder for the world's largest natural afro. Check this thing out, boys. This is a thing of beauty.
Back in 2012.
5.41.
It's a little slow. Internet's been running slow down here.
Yeah. Now, see, I feel like that's not that huge of an afro.
World Records ended up contacting me and
Oh, please.
measure it. And the first time I think
You know, I'm gonna be honest, it looked bigger on Spaceballs.
5.41 foot. So how do they measure like from one side?
Probably
That'd have
diameter.
to be-
Same way they measure
Yeah.
biceps. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
That's a big meatball.
I think I could outdo that, though, man. Of
course you could,
I've got
bro.
a hell of a Jufro. Even though I'm
I'm
not
on
Jewish.
the opposite. I'm on the opposite end of that.
I was just gonna ask, man, how's the ball fro hanging?
The other night,
Jewy?
I purposefully tried to make myself look like an Orthodox Jew and just had the one curl going down on each side, you know, right? Yeah. And so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be for Halloween this year. I'm going to be an Orthodox Jew.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going.
I feel like they would be
I
ashamed.
thought, dude, you could be Little Dicky with that hair.
You think?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Little Dicky's got a show on.
It's called Dave.
There it is
On Hulu. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
funny show. Yeah. You know Little Dicky, Will?
I've heard of him.
He's a white rapper, and
Yep.
he's like very, he's funny, you know.
Yeah,
I used to listen to like the funny rap stuff from like the rap history or the greatest.
Oh, the greatest epic rap battles of
epic rap
history.
battles of history.
Yeah.
That, and so Little Dicky would come on that along with Matt Best, who does military stuff. And
Little Dicky's good, man.
Yep.
He's good at what he does.
I don't
Little-
listen to hardly anything mainstream anymore.
Yeah, I kind of don't,
I don't
either,
even care.
man.
It's
See,
done.
that's just it. I do. I apparently lately I've been listening to all mainstream shit.
Like what?
I've been listening to a lot of Megan Thee Stallion,
Yeah.
some Doja Cat.
I knew you were a Doja Cat
I'm
fan.
a big Doja Cat fan.
Yeah.
Hell, I heard her in the convenience store today. and I was like,
Doja Cat
Hmm.
makes a cameo on that show on the Dave show.
Does
She's
she?
on that show.
Yeah. I've been listening to some Little Dicky. What was I listening to earlier? Well, regardless,
Yeah.
a lot of Weeknd. I like the Weeknd.
Yeah, I knew you were a Weekend fan. My favorite
Big
Weekend
guy.
My favorite Weekend song is "The Morning." You know that
yeah,
song?
Yeah.
Great song.
Does it just get you right in the
It
cockles
does,
of your heart?
dude. Just like it
Cups them.
that synth that he's got on there.
Dude,
like
as of late,
the swelly sound.
past two albums, he sounds so 80s. More 80s than the fucking 80s sound.
Definitely, the last album is very 80s, and I haven't gone in and actually listened to it, but I'm just going off of the songs that I've heard on the radio from his last album.
Yo.
And he's not the only one. There's a lot of people that sound very 80s right now.
Oh, the 80s is the
They're
jam.
probably coming back.
It's all a cycle,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I can't even begin to believe how many people I've seen with tight rolled jeans as of late.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah?
it was like, oh, check this out. It'd be like, yeah, I already did that.
I haven't seen Tight Roll.
One of my friends, during that time, there was two guys that I know that never did it. And so finally, after the year and a half that it was no longer the craze, like, I never did it, motherfuckers. It's like, we came back in style, just come back around.
Oh my God! I saw a kid the other day on a YouTube video with Jinko jeans. He was
They
like,
still make those?
check this out, and he had like an iPad or something, or like an iPod, not an iPod, an iPad, stuck it in his
Fit it
back
right in the
pocket.
back pocket.
Yeah.
Tom
So get
McDonald.
outta here.
Tom McDonald's mine.
Next
Probably
thing you know,
favorite
well,
rapper right now.
Yeah.
that makes me look forward because that means that the next decade that's going to become cool is the 90s. And
Well, we're in that now,
I
man.
love the 90s.
We're in that now.
where the 90s
I think
is cool?
I think we're there now. We got people tight rolling.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God.
That was early
Dude,
90s.
Me and the wife went to, I hate to say it because I love this place and I don't want any more people going to it, but we went to Mel's Cafe the other day for
love
breakfast.
Mel's.
Yeah.
God, I fucking love Mel's. Best breakfast in Jeff City, but you didn't hear that here. Stay
right.
away from
Stay
Mel's
the
until
fuck
they build
away.
that
Stay
new
away
one, you
from
sons
Mel's.
of bitches.
There's
place
rats
in
in
this
the
place.
kitchen.
Right? No, there is not.
Yeah, I'm just
They're
kidding.
tasty rats in the kitchen. Then.
Yeah.
They're the ratatouille rats who are back there making stuff, you know, washing themselves in the dishwasher.
Those sophisticated French rats.
But I saw this gal, dude, who straight up, I can tell you now that her hair was never out of style. Like, it was just in this style the whole time, and she came back around. She had that 80s Keith Whitley, Lori Morgan, you know,
Hairspray.
Trailer Park, hairspray, Aquanet.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it was delicious.
Yeah, you liked it, huh?
Oh.
Now, is this a lady who
She had mom jeans on.
Was
She
she-
was done up,
was
bro.
she in her prime in the 80s or the 90s, you think?
No, I think she was probably our age, probably when that came around, and she's now our age, still sporting the same shit.
Okay. Well, I did see a funny meme the other day about how men, like when men reach a certain age, like it's like when you reach the age of like, I don't know, 30 or 35,
Right.
your style just stops there and you keep that style until the day you die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't disagree with that. It took me a long time to get used to these tight jeans that I wear at work, but I'm used to them now, and actually I get a lot of compliments on them. So it's
Dave's
okay.
tight jeans. I didn't realize you.
Dude,
had...
it took me a long time.
Wear
To,
my tight jeans.
it took me a long
my
time to
tight
get out of
jeans,
the baggy. I still like in my brain, baggy jeans are still the shit.
Oh, I love baggies, dude. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you putting me, man?
I'm trying to move the camera around.
We're trying to get your good side,
You're too
dude.
far. You're too far away, bro.
We are trying to get your good side, man. I mean, not that there's a
Oh,
bad
no, you're
side.
super close.
Hey,
oh,
hey,
hey,
you know what
oh,
we should
hey,
do,
oh,
Scott?
oh. Yeah.
Aaron's commenting on my good side. Which side you should get on? Right now?
I'm trying to keep Dave out of the shot, but he just wants to be there.
We should talk.
all right.
We should talk about when we get back. When we start our next segment, we should
Yeah.
talk about Jeff City Paranormal Society, and maybe Will has some exciting updates to give us on.
I knew he was going to do that.
I got that. I actually got something to say
We
this time.
do, we
It's not
do.
much, but I got something to say. This time.
Okay, perfect. You want to take a quick break, guys?
Sure, man. Let's do
do
it.
Let's thank our Patreon subscribers
Why
first.
don't we, Dave? Why
that.
don't you fire up a nice little bed there? And
Let
we
me
can,
start.
We
with,
can have a little radio-esque style thing.
Let me start with
This is Will.
the man I miss, the man that I'm missing tonight. Biscuit Strength.
Hey, Biscuit. Well, wait, I'd have a bell, but Dave's hoarding them all. Hey,
we miss you, bro.
Hey.
Go give Scotty a bell. Give Scotty a bell. Yeah, so Biscuit Strength, our homeboy, back next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's doing training for, I think, the lumberyard today.
But then he also
But then the guys
Top
he
Golf.
were with were like, we're going to Top Golf, man.
Yeah. So they're at the driving range. Our good friends at the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Hey.
Bing, bing, bing.
Our good friend Jamie Rector at In the Groove Records.
What up, Jamie?
Our good friend Dub IZ.
What up, Dub?
The homeboy Kevin.
Yeah.
And the homeboy JT at the Paranormal Son. Damn, I'm getting good at this, man.
Hot damn, boy.
All right,
Dave's got it
folks.
down.
Dave's got a pee, so we got to take a break. Back after this.
Dave's being on Old 77 podcast.
There's a European I knew he didn't put here.
I've got to go bathroom. Shit.
Son of beach.
Son of bitch.
Mom, it's doing IKEA. Yeah.
Dave's got a
Doing
damn
what
good
again?
feeling about this. Welcome back to the 77.
It's the same
So I gotta be honest with you, fellas. My wife told me the other day.
KC95, because you're never too old to rock and
Oh,
roll.
she is.
So do you think we should get rid of it?
I don't know.
I didn't go too crazy with it because
think
some
we
of the
should-
time we're just like, okay, like where do you stop with it?
I know exactly.
Well, now wait a minute. Was she speaking specifically on the part that when we get the fact that we
we
get
all do
goofy
it.
when we
Oh,
say
yeah.
world, or is she just saying that she's tired of the whole phrase?
I think she's just tired of the whole phrase.
Okay. All right.
I think you should keep the phrase. But
Oh, I'm
just-
keeping the
just
phrase.
Just
not-
But I feel like we should Dick Van Dyke it.
yeah,
Did you guys ever watch the old Dick Van Dyke show?
on Nick at
Did,
Night.
but it's been a while.
So in the very beginning, he'd always come in, say hi, walk through the front door, talk to the people. They'd have the music going, and then he would go around this ottoman.
yeah.
Sometimes he would trip on it. Sometimes he wouldn't. You never knew. It was always
Right.
it was different every time.
That was during the opening of the show,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes he would trip. Sometimes.
And so
he
you're like,
wouldn't.
Sometimes
oh,
he'd be
is
like,
this
"I
a
see
good?
you."
Yeah.
Yep.
He'd be like, oh,
I see you.
Well,
and then go around it.
And then the only other show that I can think of that did that was many years later. The Simpsons. Bart on the
Oh.
chalkboard always
Well,
has a different phrase on the chalkboard board that he's writing.
Twice, the chalkboard and the couch. Because the couch is always different, too.
Right, the way that true.
Yeah.
I don't watch The Simpsons, so
I don't
God, I
anymore.
haven't-
It's been forever since I've.
When's the last time you watched South Park?
I am one of the very few people that has never watched South Park.
if I've seen it on, I'll watch it in passing, like a
Yeah.
little bit, but I don't think I've ever watched the whole episode.
Yeah.
I haven't watched
That
it
or
since
Simpsons.
I haven't watched it since the 90s, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe it's still a thing.
The only other show that I can think of on TV that's been on longer than South Park is probably fucking 60 Minutes. Are there any other shows? Well, Simpsons.
Simpsons
has
definitely.
been on longer than South Park.
The next from 60 Minutes would be,
I mean, I know
my
60.
guess would be like 48 hours.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
think like Law and Order, man.
Law and Order's been on for 20-some years. Well, you got the...
I think 48
Yeah.
hours has been on longer than Law and Order, but definitely not as long as 60 Minutes.
Well, and
That's-
I mean, if you're going that route, then you got CSI, or no, not CSI, NCIS.
Well, NCIS and CSI, whenever
Is
it was
CS
on, was still back.
Is
I
that
never-
still on though?
I never watched
CSI,
any
they
of that
revamped
shit.
it. Or it's the same people
Yeah.
with a couple of new people, but
I stopped watching like network
continuation.
TV a long time ago.
There's so much good TV out there now, though. That's the problem. Everybody's got good TV.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
You know,
unfortunately, hardly any of Aaron's stuff and mine. We got Big Bang.
Okay.
I spent 10, 15 minutes looking for a movie to watch while we were eating.
Oh yeah, I do that
And it
all
was
the
just
time.
like, all right. When
You-
finally started watching Any Given Sunday,
Your
Al
all
Pacino, and
your all's
Right on.
tastes don't jive. You don't have the same taste in movies, TV.
Nope.
Interesting.
So when that happens at my house, which is every night, I usually end up out there on the couch or upstairs.
Watching your own shit.
Watching my own shit.
watch a lot of YouTube, been watching a lot of podcasts.
I'm very lucky in that my wife pretty much lets me watch whatever the fuck I want, and that's pretty much for the fact that most of the time if we're watching TV together,
Yeah.
she's laying in my lap and I'm rubbing on her. She doesn't give a fuck what I watch as long as I do that.
Does she like flex involuntarily in your lap? Does she turn over and be like, Dave, can you reach that over there for me and like flex it out? You know, I know no one saw that, but
At the risk of too much information, but I'm going to go with it anyway here.
dude, after the last couple shows,
Do it.
I like it when she flexes her butt.
okay, no, that I could see.
When I rub on her butt and she flexes it, turns me on.
I just was going through video, or not videos, but Facebook pages the other day. I was looking for, we got a new logo coming out. I was looking for a younger picture of Biscuit.
Right.
So I was flipping through, and out of nowhere, there's your wife in some like gigantic, I don't know, warehouse, basement or something, and she's legit on the back just sitting there flexing, and the light's just right, and it looks fucking frightening, dude.
Those are the pictures that Boy Aaron did, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Boy Aaron.
I mean, she legit looks like a Terminator.
I was just thinking the other day that
Kudos to her.
I would be. I was kind of thinking the other day that I kind of want her to do another one of those, another set of those.
Let me ask you
Because
this.
she's even more ripped now than she was back then.
Seriously?
Yeah, she's tighter now than she was then. I'm a lucky man.
I just imagine you go out to like bars and like, challenge dudes and then be like, honey.
Oh, you thought you were talking to? Thought I was talking about myself? Oh no,
Right.
my wife's gonna kick your
Hey,
ass.
can you take care of Tiny over here?
Right.
He's really pissing me off. She'd be like, no problem.
Hey, that kind of reminds me of another story that I shared with you this week, Scott.
Yeah?
Well, this is kind of a serious story.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
A close friend of my wife's was running on the
dude.
Katy Trail the other day, and a dude was stalking her. And
I wonder how often that is.
probably more than
More than we like
you
to
think. And so at one point she...
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I just noticed the Elijah Craig's on the table. Please continue.
Yeah, it is. You want some?
I don't have my glass.
Ah, damn it. So yeah, she started running one way down the trail, and he was there, and then she started running another way down the trail, and he was there, and then she started going towards her vehicle, and he was there talking to some other guy, and so she walked up to the two of them.
Oh, she addressed him, yeah.
She walked up to the two of them and asked the non-stalker guy, like, do you know this guy or something like that? And the guy said, I just met him. And then she confronted the stalker dude and said, hey, something along the lines of like, hey, I've called the police. They're on their way.
Right.
Thing like that. But
Yeah, damn.
it was scary.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
It was scary. And
Take a picture of his license plate. Takes a picture of him.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure she did get a picture of his license.
That's good.
plate.
That's
Yeah.
good thinking, too.
Yeah.
I mean, good on her for doing that. It was like, I don't know.
I feel like she was safe
Is it
because
dumb
there
or
was
is it
another
ballsy?
person
Somebody
present.
else. But if he would have
But
been with him,
Exactly.
like,
True.
so
Yeah,
take your
but
chances.
the other guy I think was like a guy that owned a business or something that was nearby. So I think she was pretty confident in knowing.
Can I ask, did that business have an enormous basement, maybe with a pit in it?
or a rape room? Was the business located in Maddie Francis's old
Oh,
house?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the rape room story?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
Oh, my
finish my
God.
story first.
Please continue.
So, wifey's friend basically now, she's at the point where like she's not gonna go on the trail by herself
I
anymore.
would,
and
yeah.
I told her you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah,
because
I
she's a young, good-looking gal, and people are fucking crazy, man. You guys remember a few years ago when somebody tried to abduct the kid at West School?
Yes.
You remember hearing about that?
That's
Yeah.
when we were shopping
Right.
for a house. That's why West was out.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, nope.
And that's the side of town that I grew up on. That was like the better side of town.
Right.
So yeah, but
Yeah, who would have guessed the West End in Jeff City would be the grid side?
so now that got me all thinking like, fuck, maybe I need to get the wife a stun gun for Christmas or get her some pepper spray.
My girl has pepper spray.
You get pepper spray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pepper spray and a knife.
Why do you say that as opposed to the stun gun? I mean,
'Cause
pepper spray
so
you
the
can do from farther away, obviously.
So the pepper spray is farther away, and so you have
What about like wasp spray?
no.
No, dude, that ain't gonna do
Nope,
anything but piss them
because
off.
I don't know how Missouri law is, but I've heard
They're gonna charge you with assault if you do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
that and the bear spray and all that stuff. You want to
Oh shit!
get it to where it's
I didn't even
humans.
think about bear spray.
You want to get something that is marketed for
Yep.
protecting
Yep.
yourself. Yeah.
And so go with the pepper spray because you got stun guns and then you got stun
you got
where
the,
it's got the cartridges.
the kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
I don't
that
know.
shoot
The
out.
shootout.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'm pretty sure those are.
civilian can anybody
No,
get
yeah,
those?
those are legal to carry.
Okay.
Are
I-
they
I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure they are.
interesting?
Don't quote me.
I've never looked into it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I supply
But
my
if
wife.
you only have the stun gun, number one, you have it to where it's farther away.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you don't get them, you might get some mist off of
Sure, yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Is that the
you're
ones
gonna
that
have
are kind
more of it.
They're kind of like a claymore right in front. You just pull it and it explodes out front and shoots at them.
No, all these are
Or
just like a spray bottle.
It's
Yeah.
just a stream.
Oh, I
right?
thought we were talking about the. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the stun gun.
No.
When I remember when I was in training for corrections, they had me shoot a dummy with the pepper spray. Did you have to
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, you had the inert, which it was just a water.
Yeah, it
and
wasn't
do the-
actual pepper spray.
The second across the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I remember that.
people are like, well, that's just a second. It was like an actual second just across somebody's face is a long
It's a
time.
good,
Fuck
that's
yeah, it
longer
is.
than
And if you
think.
don't think it's anything, get sprayed. I had to get sprayed for the Navy, and that
Mhm.
stuff sucks.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take for it to, go away?
Like to where it was bearable, probably 30, 45 minutes
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah. So what did you do in that moment of unbearableness?
So we got sprayed, and then we had 4 different spots to where we had to go and do takedowns
Oh no
of
shit.
different individuals, and we had the baton, and they had the mats, and we had to do it. Tell us we were striking, get away, strike, get away, strike, do all that stuff, and come around. And then the last one was the red guy, and it was like, if we take away your baton, then you had to do like some more exercises while you were not
Burn it.
able to see and stuff like that. So
Jesus.
I think he got the baton away from a couple people, but I was like, you ain't getting the son of a bitch from me.
Damn.
Hell no.
Because at first he's just playing, and then after like you got 5 seconds left, like he starts going after you, thinking that you're just going to be like, oh, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Good
no.
times.
Yeah, that
Never
sounds
wanna get-
amazing.
Scott, you were saying you got something for your wifey to protect herself.
Oh, dude.
with.
So I give her the pepper spray, and then she's got one of those fast back knives that you can just hit with one finger, and that motherfucker flings open.
Yeah.
It's a gnarly one too, from back in the day. It's a nice Kershaw.
Hob
Kershaws
store.
are good.
No, it's one I've had for years. Yeah, it's called Needs Work.
Is that
It
kind of
has
like a
this-
switchblade? Like you hit a button and it pops
Exactly.
out?
It's not a button though, because
have mine.
the button is illegal. Yeah, I don't have mine
No.
on me. I just took it off.
I
I
got
feel
one
like
with a
that's such
button.
a stupid thing to make illegal.
Well, it was because of same thing with hemp and marijuana. If you think about
Well, yeah,
it,
those are all stupid too.
you know, that's a stupid. You know, the way they went about it and things. Same way. You know, the stiletto was a symbol of '50s gangs. You know, especially the Italian styles. Press that button. You know, I think you had what Brando, James Dean had one. You know,
now
I have one upstairs.
I
I,
got
got
bought
a
it at
button
swap
in
meet,
it. It's an AK knife,
but it's the button.
yeah.
That's what makes it illegal. On these, they have just a little piece of wire, because I can take all of mine apart. You take them apart and clean them every once in a while. They have a little piece of wire on them, and it's good and stiff. I think it's a piece of steel. And you put it in between, and it just gets the blade to that friction point, and that wire just pops it right on out and around. So
Interesting.
it's
I want
an
you to show me that thing.
it's an
sometime.
assisted open, is what
I
those
see.
are called.
I see, and so that you can skirt around the
That's
law.
how they skirt around it.
It's so funny to me.
But
that-
it opens just as fast, man.
Yeah. It's so funny to me that switchblades are illegal, but it's cool to have an AR-15.
Yep.
And I support your right to have an AR-15. I just think it's funny that switchblades are illegal at the same time.
I understand just having
know?
an AR-15 to just have it,
Yeah.
right? Oh, the government says I can't have it. Everyone's going to take my guns. So I want it.
Yeah.
But why do you legitimately need an AR-15?
I mean,
Is it the new shotgun? Like, if it's the
depends
new
on your
shotgun,
definition of need,
you know?
right.
right? Are you saying right to what I said?
Yeah.
Depends on your definition of
Yeah.
need.
And so
I mean, that's what I want to know.
I don't
like,
need
like
an
for
AR.
for the average citizen living, you know, in the country, who may have to like kill a cougar or something or a fucking bear.
Right.
I could see that, you know, if you were like out in the Oregon wilderness or something and trying to, you know, rough it, do off the grid type shit. I could see that. Because you're going to need something like that. But for the guy living like, I don't know, 5 miles out of town, who may have to occasionally shoot birds or something, you know, out of the tree, or maybe put a dog down or something, like why would he need something like that?
right.
Because there's a lot of people
because it's
these.
fun. I mean, if we want to go back to the very beginning of stuff, it was like I don't want to get into the big legal thing, but it was it's for a well-regulated militia, so it says. But then it's also of a tyrannical government.
Yeah.
And so if you start on that one, then people will go, like the Navy, for example, or anything. It was like, well, the Navy's got planes and, you know, the government's got tanks and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what are you going to do? It was like, number one, you would have to have the government, the military, go after the American people, which
Yeah.
good luck with that. So then we, in turn, do have tanks because they're going to take them.
So in that case, then
But-
it depends on your definition of tyrannical, right?
So
Right.
sheer paranoia.
Well, I think Will captured it perfectly earlier when we were asking him about when you said why do you need an AR-15?
Right.
He said because it's fun, and that's it.
And
'Cause
most
it's
of the time,
fun.
that's what it is. And it was like, it's not.
No, I could see if you're just like rolling out and shooting, you know, like going to a shooting range or something. I mean, hell, we live right next to a shooting
Right.
range around here. I hear them popping off all the time.
Oh, dude, where I live,
There's nothing like having Sunday
But you can-
coffee. You
there's
know,
always gunshots.
outside to
They'll say it was like there's no need to have, you know, the AR-15. It'd be like, all right, well, if you get rid of the AR-15, then you're going to get rid of a lot of other stuff, because the AR-15 is nothing but, yeah, it's got a 30 round magazine or a 20 or a
right.
10, whatever you put in it.
What is it? Some states limited to 6?
No, it was like California does 10, I think.
10.
So
Okay.
you're using like the slippery slope argument, like if they outlaw
Where,
that, where's it going to
where is it going to stop?
Where
I mean,
does it
are we
end?
going to go back to flintlocks and
Well,
stuff
I
like
mean, if
that?
you think about it, that's what they initially intended when they wrote that into our Constitution was, yes, you can bear arms, but everyone's arms suck right now.
Yeah,
You know?
at that time.
Nobody's rolling with chemical
And
warfare, a tank,
I don't know
and
how
a bayonet.
to, you know, I don't know how to think how they would think on being like, well, stuff's going to get better, so it's not always going to be flintlock. Like at some time.
But they had no idea.
They had no idea.
They had
that
no
it was
idea. I
gonna
mean,
be
in their
like this.
lifetime, they never saw anything other than
I mean, could you
flintlock.
imagine going back in time?
Rifling, for instance,
Right.
wasn't even a thing back then for
So you don't
most
think
of them.
Ben Franklin's mind may have thought ahead a little bit?
Well,
and
maybe
been
a little bit, but
Maybe
he was
not.
thinking of other things.
But
Ben
he-
Franklin was
Right.
trying to get laid, friend.
He
Right.
wasn't. He
I've
wasn't.
watched some.
He wasn't thinking about Twitter. You know,
He was
like,
thinking
Right.
about the twatter.
he
That's
wasn't
for
thinking
sure.
about the
And
internet.
you can't think about stuff like that because I
It's
mean that stuff
impossible.
is impossible to think about. So I would think that, getting too far into it, that they would have wrote that to be taken in many different ways. So which way did they mean it?
Yeah, and that's the hard part with interpreting the Constitution is that you can
Right.
interpret it differently.
Well, plus they had the whole slavery thing they were trying to skirt too. One
Yeah.
issue at a time.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what the amendments are for, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you know what? We give it shit. We're talking, we're not talking shit about anything government related, but so many people do. But I can't think of another government on the planet that goes through regime change as often as we do.
As far as initiating it across the
Every
world.
4 years, so often. I can't think of any other government on this planet
You mean
that can go through a regime change like we can as often as we do, as seamlessly as we do, and the people are fine with it.
You mean the
So do
way
you think that's good or bad?
I think that's great
I do too.
to a degree.
But here's the thing, man. Is this last election?
That's what I was
The
getting
people
at.
did not trust the results.
Well,
And I think the people are wrong. I think that the results are what they are. I think they're correct.
Unfortunately, because of that, it was like
damn, we're getting deep here now.
I think
okay.
that there was, because that had never happened before, because I hadn't paid attention to politics since the last 10 or 12 years, but I do kind of remember, watching to see who was going to be the next president, not really
Sure.
knowing what that meant.
Sure.
But within mine, you'd have to look it up. It was like, when was there a change of, I'm going to bed at 9:30, Trump's up by the 2 million
Oh
or
my
whatever
God,
he is,
right.
and I go to bed and I wake up and Biden won by 2 million. I've never, that I know of, there's never been a swing like that. So you can understand-ish that.
But see, that
be
whole,
like,
that whole argument doesn't make sense to me, man, because, like, it's,
you had states that hadn't come in yet.
It's not like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Okay? We count all the ballots.
Right.
These ballots might get counted first, and Trump has a big lead. But at the end of the day, the results are the results, and whether or not when they were done counting 50% of the ballots, who had the lead, it makes no fucking difference. The only thing that matters is who had the lead at the end. And the reason why it went down that way is because those big, large counties are always the last ones to turn in their results.
Right.
And those are the ones that vote highly Democratic. It happens all the time. It's happened in previous elections. It's just that nobody was able to convince people that they should be worried about it until Donald Trump came around. He's the ultimate bullshit con artist.
Well, the fact that
in my opinion.
The fact that he got as many people to vote for him and swayed that opinion and tapped into something that was kind of there in the American conscious and the American psyche that no one was talking about.
Yeah.
He tapped into that.
He tapped into a
and
lot
now-
of people's frustrations.
Well, and now he's made it mainstream to be
Yes.
fucking crazy.
I
Look
tend to
at
agree.
that Marjorie Taylor Greene chick.
When I
She is saying some of the most ridiculous things ever lately. Like she called somebody a fucking terrorist. I think it was like the Pope or something. Like, he's a terrorist. Like, what? And then she was like voting to condemn the Democratic Party in Texas. And then she was doing something and praised Trump about something. I don't know what it was that he had gotten. I think he got indicted or something. She's like, "Good for you, Donnie," or something. She's just fucking weird, man.
He got indicted on like 30 some different charges, and
He
from
looked
what
pretty-
I've heard, it was like they're all the same charge.
He looked
like
pretty.
They
He
reworded
looked pretty
a little
gaunt.
bit stuff, and it was like, here it is, and here it is. And from what I know on that, it was like they're looking at the statute of limitations on it. It was
Yeah.
like, yes, is it going to take away from his thunder? Maybe, maybe not. But at least that information is going to be out there. It was like,
Well,
yes, it did happen, but the statute of limitations
Right.
is out, so we can't bring him up.
He is not the first not the first post-sitting president to be indicted.
who was the first?
Grant, Ulysses S. Grant, was indicted.
For what?
I don't remember.
Huh.
But after he left the president,
Because
after
that's
he left the
supposedly why the
presidency.
district attorney brought the
Yes.
charges, because all this stuff was supposedly brought up federally, and they was like, we can't.
Yeah,
There's nothing going on. All of a sudden, this DA in New York is like, no, I'm going to test it.
But
yeah, I
here's
can
the-
do
like-
it.
But here's the thing about the statute of limitations.
Right.
This
Well,
shit happened so long, happened a very long time ago. But I think that they decided it ain't good for the country to try to prosecute a sitting president, so they waited until he was out of office.
So, honestly, if they didn't go after him,
Oh, dude,
What the
and
fuck
so
is wrong?
You got to find out, what you're going to do. It was like you didn't, so you didn't get him out of there. And if it would have been, he wouldn't got indicted and then been guilty of it, he wouldn't have been able to be in for another 4 years. And now you got him.
But didn't they basically
Fuel in the
decide
fire
that you
for all
can't-
this stuff.
They basically came to the conclusion that you can't indict a sitting president, so they waited.
no one wanted to indict a sitting president. There was not enough.
There were some people that
circumstantial-
interpreted
it
it
was
as
all
you could.
circumstantial evidence,
Well,
right?
there were
at
some
that
people
time.
that interpreted it as you can indict a sitting president, and other people interpreted it as you can't.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
it's all based on precedence.
Donnie did, because he had, visions of fascism flashing in his head from when he was a kid. I'm sure his dad was right up in there talking all that shit about Jews and black people. And, you always say this thing, but then you turn around and do another thing, Donnie. Oh, thanks, Dad. Hey, when I die, I'm going to give you all my money. Wow, thanks, Dad.
Well, I certainly personally believe that
I'm going to be a shit to my kid. Wow, right on, Dad.
I certainly personally believe that Donald Trump gives no shits about African American people or even white people like us. I mean,
He's an equal opportunity
to
asshole.
me, the conflict with him is, how has this man, who was born with a silver fucking spoon in his hand, how is this the guy that has convinced poor white people that he's one of them?
Yeah.
I do not get that, dude.
Well, he
Because
even
he's
said...
he's shown the people what the government actually is and said it. I mean, it was on
I don't think he's shown
what's his name, the comedy black dude.
Trevor Noah,
No, just had the Netflix special.
Chris Rock.
Chris
Or
Rock.
not Chris Rock. One more. You're gonna
Dave
have it on
Chappelle.
there. Dave Chappelle. So talking on his special, he was like, "Yes, I cheated on didn't cheat on the taxes, but yeah, I didn't pay on my taxes because of this, and the reason why it's
'Cause
not
that's
going
the
to
smart
change
thing to do.
because of this." He's a businessman, so he put it out there. It was like, "Of course, I didn't do this on my taxes because there's a loophole for it." So
And that's
I
fine.
did the thing.
I get that.
And nobody else has said that, so it was just like,
Yeah, no, but
I get that.
And the thing that I think endears him to so many people is that he does say things like that no other politician would dare say. But I think that a lot of times people get being upfront confused with like being truthful. This man, Donald Trump, is literally the most documented liar in human history.
Oh, he's definitely
we
a
have
fucking
the
liar.
numbers. I mean, he fucking lies all the time, and all politicians lie,
Right.
but not to the degree that this man
But the
has.
things that he says, like the last one he did with on that Truth Social platform of his, didn't he put a thing up where he had a bat? Like it was him holding a bat.
Did you
and
hear
it
about
was
that, Will?
The Alvin Bragg, the dude who's brought all the charges against him, the DA. So he was trying to like play it off like, oh well, I love these American-made bats, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. You were trying to insinuate that people
Violence.
should take this bat and beat the hell out of the guy.
Because people
And then
are-
after he got indicted, his kid and everyone else started posting shit about the dude who was the judge who was presiding over the case about his daughter.
They posted pictures.
They
of
were
his
wanting
daughter.
him to go gang rape his daughter.
I don't know.
That's not cool.
I don't know
man.
about the gang rape part. I don't know, but
They're
I know
all insinuating.
But
all
I know
that
they were
stuff.
posting pictures of his daughter, and
They
that's
were
not
saying
cool,
she
man.
was. They were
That's
saying
not
she
cool.
was tied to the whole Hunter Biden thing. You should go gang rape her. You should go beat her with that ball bat. They were talking about going and finding her, like where she lives.
Damn,
and shit.
I didn't see all of that.
All of that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see all that.
It was all discussed on that Truth Social, and I can't see how that thing can even be a platform now. It's just a spot where hate spews out.
How long before he goes?
And I'm sorry if any of you guys are on that, but man, I just can't see it being.
How long before he comes back on Twitter? What do you think, Scott? What's your prediction?
I don't think he will. He's got his own platform, and if he jumps ship,
But
that
no-
means his platform failed.
But nobody's on his platform.
But it
is the
doesn't
problem.
matter. He can't show that weakness.
But if he decides that
The
he
people-
has to be on Twitter in order to win the election,
that may be a different
do
thing.
you think he'll get back on, Will, or do you think he's going to stay?
I don't.
Do you think he's
You
even
don't
going to
feel
have?
strongly one way or the other?
Do you think he's going to have the time now with all of this to go stump and be on an election?
Absolutely.
Do you think?
Absolutely. He'll make
Yeah.
sure.
you think-
You're talking about a salesman.
I don't think this is even going to go to. From what I've heard, I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
It'd be interesting
I do
to see
think
what
he's.
happens.
I do think he's guilty as fuck. But
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not holding my breath.
I feel like
that
this
he'll
is.
ever-
I feel like this is how the government got Al Capone. You know,
Yeah,
he's such a badass, but we got him on taxes.
Yes, that's it, dude. You're totally right.
You know?
There-
Anyway.
there's a lot of other cases that they could have made that, in my opinion, are stronger and much more serious.
Oh, absolutely.
But this is the one that
Kobe.
this is the one that they could get him
Sports.
on. So, anywho, nice talk. Isn't it nice how people with differing opinions can be civil and still be friends at the end of the day? Isn't that
Couldn't do
a
that's,
deal?
That's one thing that I was going to have. I said again, going to try to start a podcast sometime, but we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. But
Should,
one
man.
person that I was going to have on was Cindy McDaniel.
I love Cindy.
Yep. And she is another person like Dave, able to be like, I believe this, and instead of
Right.
been like, well,
Let's find some common
let's try to
ground.
figure it out because she
we
was
have
at-
more in common than we don't.
She was at the what was it, the transgender rally at the Capitol.
Was she?
Like,
yeah. When the
week and a half ago.
George Floyd thing happened, I went to the Capitol and I protested. I saw Cindy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I was near there protecting somebody's house just in case.
whose house? The governor's?
No,
No.
A civilian?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
because they had
Did you have a taser and some?
carry a fucking taser.
It was peaceful. That one
Yeah.
was peaceful.
And it was cool because the one thing that did happen, like somebody tried to pick up a rock, and the crowd itself was like, "Hey, motherfucker!"
I didn't hear
don't be
about
doing
that.
Don't
Was
be
that
doing
on the Capitol grounds when that happened? or
No, it was
during the
down
parade?
by Whaley's.
Okay, so probably during the parade.
The
'Cause
original Whaley's?
I didn't walk in the parade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is that?
on High Street,
Down
on
High
East
Street.
High Street? You got to
Because they
pretty
thought
far
that they
down.
were going to come down High Street,
Okay.
and then they went down to what's it called, the flat at Lincoln.
I don't know.
It's called the flat or
That
something,
sounds
and
right.
they stopped there because there is a historical significance of something back in the civil rights. Lincoln
Okay.
being the historical black college.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
but,
okay. Down by Lincoln, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's right there on the corner of Lafayette, and it's not Dunklin, would be
High.
the next one.
Oh, I know where you're at. Okay.
Yeah.
Was
it
it
would
right?
be Dunklin. Dunklin and
Yeah, because
Lafayette.
that's right where that hookah lounge was.
Hookah.
Hookah.
What happened to your hookah, Scott? You had a hookah for a while.
It's still up around here somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Sadly, I never smoked any hashish out of it. I only had some homegrown, and I just packed that bitch full when I first got it because I only got it from the bin store.
Hey,
you know.
don't we have some hashish?
We used to. I think it's dried out by now.
We have some hashish, the powdery stuff.
No, you need the
the stuff that I got.
No, for a hookah, you need very wet tobacco, it's really really wet,
Okay.
and you set it in the bowl and you make the bowl up. Usually there's ceramic, and you put like some tin foil in it.
How wet is it, Scott?
It's pretty moist.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
the moist.
It's the moistest.
Okay, all right.
It's moister than an oyster.
I
Dave.
appreciate the hand motions too.
It's moister than an oyster.
like that.
For those that are watching,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could check us out. No one's seeing it because I'm not even on camera right
That's
now. But
okay.
I'm just saying, it's funky.
Theoretically, if you were
And
on
then
Spotify.
then you have to put that hot coal on top.
yeah,
So that's what keeps it rolling.
yeah,
I was in Dubai.
Did you ever do a hookah in Dubai? Yeah.
not a hooker, a
Not
hookah.
well.
on my vacation while I was in Dubai.
I like a nice hookah, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, on your vacation.
Did you go to the top?
Saved all your money for it, right?
Love you, Aaron.
Did you go to the top of the Burj, Dubai?
Did you
What?
really?
Yep.
What was that like? Dude, that's a tall fucking building, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy how far you can see.
I mean, it dwarfs every other building, dude. It's crazy.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It's incredible. I'm pretty sure. I think we talked about this a while back. I'm pretty sure there's a new building
There's
that's
something
getting
getting
ready
built
to
out
overtake it.
Did we find out North Korea? Or North Korea had the one below it.
What?
North Korea? They don't have
Or that's
skyscrapers
South
in North
Korea.
Korea. Probably South Korea. I'll Google it real quick.
Kim's Palace.
Yeah, y'all keep talking, but I'll Google it. Yeah.
Google amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
But for the, they thought that they were going to come maybe up Capitol since there was a whole bunch of dilapidated buildings there, that
Yeah.
they were going to start throwing those. And whether it was something that happened right before that or it was going on, but there was stuff going that there was pallets of bricks being throughout different cities. Well, around the other building, there was a pallet of bricks, and we were like, what the heck? Well, we found out later that they were
Okay.
going to be doing some construction, but we didn't know at the time.
Right.
Been around there a lot and never seen it before. So we thought that they might come down there. JCPD came up, and it was funny because a couple of us had on our Hawaiian shirts and our camo pants doing the blue thing, and they was like, so you guys are good? It was like, we're good. We're
Yeah.
like, all right, roger that.
All right.
We don't have to be around this neighborhood.
That's cool.
So the new tallest building is going to be called the Jeddah Tower, I think.
Do you have it pulled up there?
Almost. I'm googling it. Hey, here you
no.
go.
No, I don't.
Now
It's going to be
I
in
do.
Saudi.
No, I do.
Yes?
Is it Saudi Arabia?
Um,
Oh, wow.
Saudi Arabia.
Boom.
And actually, I think it says it. This is an old article, but it says that it was supposed to open in 2020.
That thing looks like a needle.
It will knock Dubai's iconic Burj Khalifa off its throne as the tallest skyscraper in the world by 236 feet.
Wow.
It's a $1.4 billion building, too, man.
Can't even imagine.
You know, and that's probably a tax write-off for those dudes. Those guys are beyond trillionaires over there.
Saudi, everybody's a prince of something.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a ridiculous amount of money there, like scary money.
Do you think it's just a big fucking phallic symbol, the whole tallest building in the world thing? I went to the top of the Sears Tower when it was the tallest building in the world. That was a long time ago. That was in the 90s.
Is the Sears in Chicago or is it?
Yeah.
But it's not the
Well, it's
Sears.
not the Sears
it's the
anymore.
Willis Tower now, is what it's called.
What
now.
you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, yeah. And then there's also the Hancock Tower in Chicago, which at one time was like the third or the fifth tallest building in the world. I've been up there too. That was the building that Chris Farley died in. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Chicago, man. Chris Farley was from Madison,
Sausage King
Wisconsin.
of Chicago. Yes.
Oh, God,
Yes,
what
I
was
am.
that dude's name?
Fromel? Something with
Yeah,
Frome.
Yeah. You're the Sausage King?
I can't say. I want to say Robert Frommel, but that's a friend of mine.
No, I know. It's definitely not Robert.
Robert,
He's the
you're the Sausage King of Chicago.
Oh,
Nah, but he's
man.
a good guitarist, though.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's a good guitarist. And he can sing way better than me.
Man, now I
so.
can't.
Bugging you now. Abe Froman.
Abe Froman!
I knew it would just come to
You're
me.
Abe
Yes.
Froman.
You're
Yes.
Abe
Yes, I
Froman?
am.
Yes, I am. You're the Sausage King of Chicago?
You know, now,
Yes,
now, that,
yes,
we're
I
now that
am.
we're talking about this, I feel like the world is ripe right now for like a remake or like maybe not you couldn't do a sequel to Ferris Bueller, but some type of a remake.
I'm gonna punch you in your face.
You know, I'm done.
I'm not
with-
even
I'm-
saying I would like it.
Okay.
I'm
There
just
we
saying
go.
that if
We're back to friends, Dave.
if I were a movie executive right now, I would totally be like, yo, we should remake Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I'm glad that they haven't.
People
because
would love it.
Certain things, though, shouldn't be touched. Like,
Well,
should we
it's-
remake Gone with the Wind? A, nobody cares anymore about the story.
Not
and
me.
B, really?
I can't remember who's doing it, but it's the Rise of the Pink Ladies.
What's that?
Oh, yeah. I
Grease.
saw that. It's Grease.
Grease?
Yeah, the Pink Ladies on Grease.
I've never watched Grease.
See, and
we're
that's the
back to
thing
not
now.
being
Like
Jesus.
like West Side Story
this
is a big
episode's
thing.
up and down, up and down.
Highs and
Guns, no
lows.
guns. Grease, no grease.
We
Fuck off.
literally went from talking about Trump to the Pink Ladies.
All around.
And we're civil
Not
when
the
we,
Trump and the Pink
we're
Ladies.
civil
Trump,
when we talk about
comma,
Trump. But when you bring grease into the equation,
You
let me tell
un-American son of a bitch.
Yes.
Take away my guns, but you better watch Grease, motherfucker.
I'm so glad that we got our priorities straight.
Seems like we do, though,
Definition of is.
So I've been just like keeping notes here. We got Trump talk to to the pink ladies.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
Are we still in the second segment?
yes, we are. Yes,
Y'all
yes.
want to get ready to cool it down?
Hey, man, let's cool it down.
Think it's
Go
about
ahead.
time?
Why not?
All right, let's do that. Let me play you some Yin Yang Twins here. Wait, do you see?
Oh, Dave, the last time you did that, I think we got dinged, man. They was like, oh, this is copyrighted material. And I was like, damn, he's doing that too well.
I know, just like when I played Glycerine on the guitar.
And I listened to that episode. We did not play that spot on.
Well, I mean, I played it pretty well. You're all singing kind of sucked, but my guitar playing was good.
Something was
Just like
good.
Vanilla Ice talking about his bass line
Right.
and Queen's bass
No,
line.
no, man.
Hey, dude,
so
And
theirs
whenever you
goes-
put it next to it,
Right.
it was
So
like, it
theirs
is.
goes dun
It's
dun
different.
dun dun dun.
I
Mine goes
literally-
dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it skips the one beat.
literally played that YouTube video comparing those two songs for my students at school a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
because I gave them a whole lesson on like sampling and electronic music production and stuff. And
I loved it.
That was the example that I gave.
So in the
Dope.
90s, as I'm listening to rap, it was like, I don't know how many times my mom was like, come on in. She'd come in and be like, who is this? It was like Vanilla Ice, and been like, stole that bass line.
Yeah, she knew all the samples.
Freaking
Oh,
another,
yeah.
another song, and come on. Stole that hook, stole that this, stole that
I had
that. was
so
like, God
much,
damn.
so much stupid fucking music playing, and my mom, like, I had like Ice Cube, The Predator, all that shit, you know. And my mom would never say a word. She heard "Push It" from
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper, right? My mom thought it was "Pussy Real Good." That was the only song I couldn't hear.
Pussy
And now it's
Real Good.
all over the fucking radio, everywhere.
Yeah.
Before she passed, luckily she was still there, and I got to push it in her face. See, Mom? See?
We should talk about on the cool down about misheard song lyrics.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a favorite topic of
Hey,
mine.
let's do that.
David
do that.
Grohl, was he the lead singer and then the drummer, or
he was-
drummer then lead?
Drummer,
he was
then the lead
drummer,
singer,
Then he was
yeah.
the lead singer.
So he
for
was
Foo
talking to
Fighters.
somebody on a podcast, and it was like that he stole a bunch of his drum stuff from like,
Disco.
disco, yeah.
Yep, I've heard.
And
I've-
he's like,
I've heard that.
so he starts playing it, and then they'll play the disco part, and whoever's there with him is like, "You son of a bitch!" He's like, "I'm not a great drummer. I've just stolen a lot of good shit."
They did that whole album.
That's a good
called
drummer, though.
They did that whole album called the Dee Gees,
Yeah.
where they remade
yeah.
Bee Gees songs.
Yeah? Hell, I'll have to listen to
That's
that.
good stuff.
Folks, let's take a quick break and
Back after this.
cool it down.
Taking a whiz on old 7-7.
Those rental guys ripped the shirt right off my back! Wow! Ooh, look! A magic lamp! I wish I'd gone to Schweigingle where I could get some credit.
We are the Schweigingle Credit Genies. Your credit wish is our command.
He wants credit? He's got credit. Schweigingle will grant you credit and make all your wishes come true.
Schweigingle will guarantee you credit at the corner of Union and Natural Bridge.
Cooling it down. on the old
Why do I even need to play this?
77.
Fooling it down with the old 77.
That's right, baby. Louis Mano, bro, we emailed you today. Hit us up.
Hit
bro.
us up, bro.
We need you. We need you.
Asking for a rate card, man.
We'll pay you, bro.
I will pay you.
Pay you. We appreciate the free VO, but we're willing to pay you, man.
I know a VO department I could help out too. I mean, if you need anything.
We've got people. We know people.
I know a
Scott.
few.
We're in the industry, bro.
Not really. We just fake it.
Yeah, we
Just fake it.
So hopefully you make it.
till we make it.
I'm getting tired of faking it. I'll tell you that.
I want to make it.
Right, I'm ready to make it.
Is that kind of like get C's, get degrees? Is that kind of the same thing? Yeah.
You know what they call a doctor that gets a D+?
Doctor.
You know the dude who comes in last in his class?
A doctor.
Still a doctor. I knew because I dated a law student way back when, but the whole Esquire thing, like I never knew what it was.
Yeah.
As far as the
And-
title goes, yeah.
And whenever I started working for social services, there was a person that was training me. It was like, and you need to put that at the end of that, or if you're talking to them, some of them will go off on you if you don't, like if you do an email back. And I'm
Right.
like, if it's not on there to begin with, then I just
What is the Esquire?
Esquire is if
I'm
you have a
looking it
law
up.
degree, I'm pretty sure.
There's two definitions.
Okay.
There's the North American definition, which is a title appended to a lawyer's surname.
Appended.
Or there's the historical definition, which is a young nobleman who, in training for knighthood, acted as an attendant to a knight.
Oh, a squire. Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
Esquire.
But not Esquire.
No, it's Esquire.
Yeah.
With the E at the beginning, yeah. But no, you're right. It's
That
also
seems,
a squire.
Yeah, that seems weird, right?
It's also a guitar, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, it's a
Spelled
good
differently.
starter.
It's a good starter
Yeah,
guitar.
it's a good starter guitar.
All the lawyers that I've talked to probably could care less because some of them are just like, this guy owes a lot of money.
Yeah.
I've never seen this much before in my life. This is crazy.
Honestly, bro.
And they start going off on about him, and I was like, I can't say anything because they get recorded, and then I
Yeah.
get graded on them. So I can't be like, yeah, he is a douchebag.
The only Esquire I know is the magazine that gets delivered into my mailbox once a month.
You still get magazines delivered in your mailbox?
My sister bought me a subscription for Esquire, and on the back of the magazine, every time it gets delivered, it says Kanye Jordan.
Jesus Christ.
That was
Yay.
not by
Yay.
request.
That makes it for
Now
me.
you're like,
I'm
can I
not
get a
gonna
name
lie.
change, please?
You know, your sister for the win, bro.
Maybe I should add Esquire to the end
You
of the title.
you shouldn't complain when it's not on there.
I should.
Oh my
I should call the
God.
complaint department.
Oh my god.
That's no. Back in the day, man, I used to love Nintendo Power magazine,
Yeah.
and Game Pro magazine, all those video game magazines, and then I got into the guitar magazines, and of course, us men, we got into Maxim for a while, and
Gotta have your Maxim.
Maxim.
those things.
Maxim
but,
titties.
Yeah.
I
mean,
love how, Dave, I've moved this a few times.
Yeah, and I keep moving.
And you keep moving right in front of it, bro. You keep moving right. Careful, don't get too crazy with it. It'll lock up.
It'll lock up,
Yep.
man. Don't shake her around. She's sensitive. She's from the Hobbs store. Okay.
She might be actually.
She's from China.
I've got a few of them. I got a few.
Dan,
of them.
your shit's bogus.
Yeah.
Want
Oh,
my
and
money
she
back.
locked
Just
up.
kidding.
Did she?
Uh,
Damn it.
Ah, see, I
Fuck,
told you,
sorry.
man.
Now Scott's got to click on some shit over there.
What? Hold on.
I broke it. I'm sorry.
That's all right, dude. No worries.
Scott, have you watched Big Mouth on Netflix?
Not lately. I haven't.
My favorite
Aaron
character.
watches that.
My favorite
Love
character
Big Mouth.
is the one that Nick Kroll plays. Where
Which one?
Where
Which one?
Where he plays the girl, but she's very clearly
Lola?
masculine. What? Like, I can't even do it. You were just doing it.
Oh, hey.
No, it's like what? I can't do it. I don't know. She sounds very masculine.
Okay. I don't know.
She has a boyfriend on the show. I think it's the main character is her boyfriend, or maybe I don't know.
Pull her up.
Okay.
Because the one I know is the blonde that's always after the little crazy Mexican kid.
She's kind of heavy set, right?
Yeah.
That's the one.
That Lola.
I can't remember her name.
So she kind of talks like this.
No, it's like, oh my God, you got
Yeah, I don't remember.
It goes really low.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh my God, you got.
So it's funny. My mom was a lifelong smoker, man. She smoked since she was 15. Love my mama to death.
Jesus.
But she had a fucking set of pipes on it. Like, I would answer the phone and they'd be like, "Hey, young man, is your mother there?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, hold on." And I'd give it to my mom and she'd be like, "No,
your mom.
This is the female of the house." And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mom." But yeah, she had those deep, snarly.
I just picked up my pen to write something in my notes, and I had this pen instead.
Wrong pen.
I had the wrong pen. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's all right, man.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It sure does.
What are you gonna do, man?
What are you gonna write down?
Hey,
what are you writing down?
Misheard. I can't remember anymore. That's the shitty
misheard,
part.
See, I saw you over there with the pen, completely lost track.
Misheard songs.
Everything I
Yeah, I was
Song
going to
lyrics.
mention misheard song lyrics. So my favorite misheard song lyric of all time, and I really did used to hear it this way, was, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. But there's a lot of good ones out there.
Why are you gonna kiss the guy?
Why? I don't know. You got to ask Jimmy that. He wrote the song. I don't know. Can
What
you
was
think of
the
some other
one-
good ones?
So there was one that was misunderstood, and it's a Ja Rule song. And it's the one that was like, "Are you Ellie?" And it was like, who the fuck is Ellie?
Yeah, what does
But-
he actually say?
She's spelling R-U-L-E, Ja Rule. R-U-L-E. Because I guess she says Ja before it, but it was like there's a gap. So everybody's like, who's this Ellie
Ellie?
person?
Sorry, I'm just looking at more misheard song lyrics over here.
Dave brought up a topic that he only had one topic
Where'd he
for.
go?
We built this city on sausage rolls. That's a good one. Come on.
That was during my time. It was like I'd never heard anything else but
Cooling
rock
it
and roll.
down. 77.
Fucking liquid nitrogen right now.
Oh man.
Oh man, there's a whole bunch of ones that I can't think of right now. Papa Dom Preach. Everybody knows
come
that
on,
one,
man.
Come on. Doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay. I was like, where does that end?
Any Selena Gomez fans in the room?
No.
Okay.
I kind of like her.
She has a song called "I'm 14 Carat,"
Yeah.
and I guess a lot of people hear it as "I'm farting carrots."
I don't hear
People
that.
want to hear that.
People want to hear that. Yes.
I guess a bunch of people hear "I want to hold your hand" as "I want to hold your ham."
I can see that though. I'm
In the last three, if you have ever heard this, I hope that you didn't have kids.
these are terrible.
These
man.
are terrible.
These
I
are
gotta
terrible.
find a different article.
Jesus.
I feel like this person just made these.
So
up,
I just
man.
straight up wrote down for the note bad misheard song.
Oh,
lyrics.
oh no, I remember now. And we will build this dream forever. Stanley's gone forever. I always thought they were saying Stanley was gone.
Gonna stop us
Do you know what they
now.
actually say? Standing strong forever. I always thought they were saying Stanley's gone.
What's
I don't
the
know
name
what
of the song.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Yeah.
By
Jefferson Starship.
was it Jefferson
Starship,
Starship
airplane,
or Starship?
the airplane, the Starship.
It may have just been Starship at that point.
because they had Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, then just Starship.
With Grace Slick, that was Jefferson Airplane.
I always thought she was gonna like burn out, man.
She was a former model before she was a rock star. Did you know that?
Never seen her in Maxim, so I didn't know she existed.
I don't know who she is.
She wasn't in Maxim. No.
No, man. She would have used the Maxim pages to burn something with.
Yeah, yeah.
She was crazy. They were in that LA scene, weren't they? Or in that Berkeley scene where they were all doing like wicked LSD drugs and stuff? Like hallucinogens and stuff?
Yeah. Hallucinogens.
That was during the day. They were all in hippie buses driving around.
It wasn't misheard lyrics, but we had to make a song up. It was back in like junior high, and they were showing us ones before it, and they did. So you had Bad Medicine. So they did it on biology, and they was doing it about spiders. Well, they mispronounced arachnids, and it was bad arcanid. And we saw this, and I knew the people. One of the guys was a friend of mine's brother, and so I went to his house, and I was like, "Hey, tell us about those arcanids." It was like 3 or 4 years ago. He goes, "Listen here, you son of a bitch."
Right.
So
Probably still bitter about that, to be
I
honest.
should probably bring it up.
how
Like,
could I
hey.
forget? Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. That's a
Oh,
classic.
that's probably the.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you guys know? So you guys remember Uncle Cracker, right?
Oh yeah.
Give me the beat, boys, and free. Except, I guess apparently
That wasn't his song.
No.
It was Doobie Grace.
You're correct, but I guess apparently some people here is "Give me the Beach Boys and free my soul."
Yeah, they want to hear that.
Did y'all know that I opened up for Uncle Cracker?
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
I love that that's your jam, dude.
That's my shit.
Right? I love that.
That's all. That's all I got.
Please tell
man.
me that
I was there.
Is that the one that
Were you there?
Is that the one that sealed the deal?
at
Is
the
that what
Cole
Jess
County
was like?
Fair.
Oof, I
Oh,
gotta
no.
get with this
It's at the
cat.
fair, right?
No, I was already deep into it at that point. Yes, that was at the fair. That was at the fair.
No.
Yeah.
I was already deep into that
Yeah,
at that point. Was she that muscular back then?
No,
No, you guys weren't like.
that's only been in the past like 3 years. that
So,
she's really
so she
gotten
wasn't
ripped.
like beating you up. Like, I just imagine she wakes up in the morning, Dave's still hanging, from the night before. She just, does about 30 minutes of work.
I think at any given point in their relationship, that I would always place my $20 on her.
Yeah, well, that's probably a
Even
safe bet,
before
dude.
she.
I'm
got
just
buffed.
saying, yeah.
That's probably a safe bet, man. But no, she's only been ripped for the past 3 years. I'm enjoying it though.
So was she always like in shape?
I mean, after she had the boys, she was kind of out of shape for a while. But that's what happens when you have kids.
She's
right?
never been.
Yeah, but she's never been like super heavy or anything,
No,
right?
No, she's all.
no.
Because that's what I was wondering. Like, I had a buddy who, he was a big dude back in the day, ate whatever he wanted to, started biking like 5-10 miles to work for a while to get healthy, and was working out and stuff, and had a backache. Turns out it was fucking cancer.
Yeah. What kind of cancer?
It was some new kind of cancer that they had never seen before.
I read an article the other day about colon cancer is becoming like super, super common among young people now.
You know how I can tell?
Age 25 to 40.
Because I see commercials on my television all the time about shitting in a box, sending it through the mail.
I don't even know what it's about. It was like, just ask your doctor about this. It doesn't say anything about what it's about.
Right.
So I'm supposed to go in there and ask my doctor, hey, what about that? Oh, it's about this. Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
Well, you
Just
don't,
keep on like asking about it.
you don't
just to
know
ask
until you
about it.
shit in the box whether you have it or not, dude. I'm just saying.
I'll be going, gotta get a physical, so finally got a hold of the VA after they didn't answer their phone for 3 or 4 times. Finally called the big guys up at Columbia and was like, hey, nobody's answering.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that right now,
stuff.
especially.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I'm just over here
I know
reading
Davis
misread song lyrics some more.
Is that David Bowie?
Most of these suck, though, man. Most of these suck. There's so many good ones. I remember there was a book at Hastings. Rest in peace, Hastings.
God, I miss Hastings.
They had a whole book of misheard
Started it
song
all.
lyrics. It did. I miss that place, man. I really do. That was my go-to place when I needed to kill time in Jeff City.
Yeah, and then when Hastings left, it was Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, but they didn't last for very long after
No.
Hastings. We got no good bookstores in Jeff City now.
Hastings was at its own demise.
I mean, we
whenever
have.
they switched up from the
What did they
the layout. They used to just start
Oh,
getting a
when
whole
they
bunch of
started
small
getting all the
toys
trinkets
and all
and
the
shit.
trinkets
Oh,
and
yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
And I told them, I was like, oh no, man, it's taken off. I was like, Jefferson City's a different animal. It's not gonna go.
Yeah.
And especially when
is.
they did away with the metal section,
Is
because there was
Are there still Hastings left in the
No,
country?
I
no,
don't
they're
think
done.
so.
They're all gone. Damn, that makes me sad, man.
The dude who owns Netflix, right? It was his jam. Or the guy that started Netflix.
Yeah.
Or was it Reed? Reed Hastings?
I can't remember. He bought
Oh, was it?
them out.
So he came up with Netflix, and then when Netflix became a big thing, he
So-
did its thing,
Bought them.
and then he started, I think, Hastings.
Okay, all right. Okay, I didn't know that.
I think.
That sounds right.
That sounds right.
I mean, that's his name, so.
Okay.
I mean, if you made that shit up, you did a pretty good job, dude. I'm just
I
saying.
did not. I've heard that.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Although I probably could make shit like that up.
Yeah.
But not this quick.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So,
Stop it.
fun fact about that chair, Biscuit likes to rock it as low to the fucking ground as he possibly
Yeah, that's
can.
kind of
What do you think about that chair, Will?
fuck your chair.
They
Well-
should have never gave you guys a chair.
If you want to, you can go sit over there on that chair.
No.
Oh, there's no chair over there.
I know,
There's,
that's
there's
right.
nothing over here right now. Just saying.
It's an empty.
It's camera angles. We're trying different camera angles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to forget about
Bad
the
because
cameras.
there's like just gonna see my glorious beard.
I was just
talking
actually I was
today
thinking about
because,
your beard
That
is
beard
looking
is
pretty
pretty
glorious
glorious.
these days.
yeah.
Yours is-
I just got it trimmed. But yours is coloring right, man. Mine, I had kids and they just went to hell.
It makes me sad that all my friends have gray beards now.
Right?
Yeah.
I've
Right.
got, let's see, the 22nd is my
Birthday?
contest, my competition, beard competition.
Oh, that's
are you
right.
doing the what's the name of the group in Jeff City? There's a beard group for bearded people.
Yeah, and I
in
can't
Jeff
remember
City.
what it is,
Really?
but this one's just the, it's like the something whiskers, and it's up in St. Louis. They're putting
Yeah.
it on.
Dope.
You know Aaron
what's-
Kretschel, right? You
What's
know
the
Aaron Kretschel?
prices
Yeah,
for
he's
that?
going to be one of the judges.
Yeah, he's got a nice beard too. I'm jealous of you guys that can grow beards, man. I can't do that.
Just got to grow it.
Andrew
I
told me the other
can't.
day.
I
she-
could
does
maybe, I could maybe
Does it
grow
just
this.
get patchy, or
I can't do this. I can't do the shit on the side of my cheeks.
What do you mean you can't? Like you can't let
like
it
you
come
don't want
in?
to, or
No, I want to, but
Or it just won't grow.
Won't happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm a very, very weak man.
No, you're not.
I have.
No, you're not. All your creativity just flows elsewhere.
Well, I guess so, man.
the
You-
Whisker Roundup 2
You
Viking
didn't
edition.
need all that hair,
I don't know.
you know?
Maybe. I mean, I married a girl who doesn't like really hairy dudes, so it worked
That's
out all right.
perfect.
Yeah.
I married a girl.
Erin doesn't like this. She can't
Really?
wait- yeah, she can't wait for it to.
Fall off.
Jessie
Damn.
didn't like the long hair up here at first, but now she has come to appreciate it.
Does she ever pull your hair?
No, but I pull hers all the time.
Okay, just checking. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you do reveal a lot on this show. Still, I'm waiting for this wall to explode and her to come walk out like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
So then I'm trying to decide after I do the competition, I'm gonna trim it up on the side.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm thinking that then the beard will go. It'll go down to just some stubble, and then I'll have the mustache.
Yeah. Look kind of like what Dave's rocking.
And then I'll do the goatee.
Yeah.
And then I'll shave the beard, and it'll just be the mustache, and then I'll shave everything and
I'm not
start
gonna
over
I'm
again.
not going to be your friend while you have the mustache. I just want you to let you know.
Can't do it. No.
Come check out my basement.
It's too cop-like.
Yeah. Too cop-like.
Too cop-like. I don't trust guys with mustaches only.
Gotta tell me if you're a
Mustaches
cop.
only.
Are you a cop?
Dude, mustaches only. Either you're a cop or you're a petter ass.
Pedophile.
Yeah, you're a petter ass.
Yeah. My boy Anthony at work, he's rocking the mustache right now. Nearly pushed him over in the hallway today.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he does look like the fucking Gordon's fisherman.
Oh, geez.
Mixed with Tom Morello.
Ooh, I never thought of that one. Good call on that one.
You never.
No, I never thought of Tom Morello with him in that, but now I will.
He totally looks like Tom.
He kind of has it with that facial hair, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his skin isn't quite dark enough.
No.
But other than that, he's a.
Man, when he started, we were joking and we called him Powder.
Yeah. Because he was very.
He was so pale
very
when he
pale,
started.
Very skinny.
Well, his sister used to call him. This was the joke too. We were calling him Powder behind his back, but then we started calling him Powder to his face.
Yeah.
And so he was telling us that his sister used to make fun of him and call him a sexy vampire. She'd be like, "You're like a sexy Nosferatu." So we make videos of him like rising up, going, "Hey."
It's a little creepy that his sister told him he was a
Yeah,
sexy
it's like, so your sister,
Nosferatu?
you're like a sexy Nosferatu or something.
I wouldn't be sure how to take that.
What do you got going on here, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be weird.
I don't know, man. Your sister wouldn't be cool enough to be like, what do you got going on here? The sexy Nosferatu look? Is Pirates in? What are you doing,
I
man?
guess it would depend on how she said it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps.
Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt.
I'm getting a new car.
Ooh.
Are you?
What are you getting, Dave?
A Bronco.
Can I give you a hint for your plates?
Yeah.
It should say, not OJ.
I love it.
I think it's probably already taken.
When I was driving around on the lot, they had like 4 or 5 white ones too. I was like, damn, OJ.
Like old school white ones?
No.
Oh.
New school ones, but they were white.
So if you see Dave around in his new white Ford Bronco, not to be confused with the 15 to 20 that probation and parole just bought.
Did they really?
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
I went by there and I saw like 5 or 6, and then I go by there again because my work's right on the other side. Saw some more.
Why do they need Broncos?
That's what I want to know. At $45,000 a
Right.
pop, and you got like 20 of them for the state of Missouri.
You must have got a hell of a
Let's
deal.
see who still has some stock in the Ford dealership. Oh, that's right, Kehoe, Lieutenant Governor. You motherfucker.
The LT Gov.
Talking in some of that cash.
I'm texting my wife right now.
Allegedly.
Saying that.
Just saying.
I'm texting my wife right now saying that Scott thinks we should get a personalized plate for the Bronco that says not OJ.
Not OJ.
Yeah. It's a great idea, man. And I'm pretty sure that's one that they would actually make for you. When I worked in that prison, they had a whole list of phrases that they would not let people
like banned,
put.
right?
Yeah, you know, like you could, like 666.
Well, now it won't even come. It wouldn't even come to you because they'd put it in and DMV would be like, no.
They get flagged.
I
wonder
saw
how many get flagged and for what reasons.
Somebody trying to do something new, but I saw a list, and some of it was great. Some of it I didn't even know about. Like I'd probably have to put it into Google and see what it was, but I just didn't want to take that time because it was, to me, just random letters. But I think you should be able to have whatever the hell you want on it, but that's me.
I saw an article the other day about a personalized plate that was causing some controversy.
Either that, go the other way, or just do like Europe does, and there's that I know of.
Right.
Like personalized plates. You get a plate, have a nice day. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
You go that way.
You know, just like, hey, welcome. Here's your license. Let's get your photo. Here's your plate.
Oh, here's the one that I saw the other day. Okay, so here's what it says.
Okay, can we look at it or?
Yeah, I'll pull it up on the big screen here.
Pull it, Dave.
Now you tell me. You tell me, boys. What do you think about that? Hold on. Let me.
I don't know. I can't see it, man.
Hold on. Let me go. Well, that's not it. That says McPoopin. That's not it. Let me get it. Let me get it right.
Wait, is that an Illinois plate?
Hold on.
Please.
Do you see it now? Love tofu. Is that what that says? Or does it say love to FU?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some vegan requested that on their license plate, and they turned him down.
Go back to the other one though, the one down here.
McPoopin.
McPoopin.
Yeah. I like that. I think that.
I wonder if that's actually what it.
I wonder if they still have that.
I think that passes with flying colors. To be honest, I don't know why your browser keeps doing that to me. Oh, I also have this one for you guys. Kanye West sued for his school, the Donda Academy, because he only feeds kids sushi for lunch.
Okay.
Why?
Hey, look at Kanye rocking that Will Geyser beard right there.
Why did they feel the need to sue him? Because he's only serving sushi.
Kanye West's private Christian school only feeds students one thing for lunch, sushi, and they apparently have to eat it on the floor without tables or chairs. This according to a new lawsuit. Ye and his Donda Academy are being sued by 2 black women who say they were fired from teaching positions at the school for 2 reasons: retaliation for sounding the alarm on alleged education, health, and safety code violations, and for their race. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the women say they were the only black teachers. Yeah, I know. They were the only black teachers employed by Donda Academy when they were hired full time earlier this year, and say that it didn't take long for them to notice numerous health and safety violations, unlawful educational practices, and extremely unusual rules at Kanye's school. Among the alleged issues, the women say the only lunch option available for students is sushi every single day, and students are not allowed to bring any outside food or drink except for water. The suit claims Kanye spends $10,000 a week on sushi. What's more, the teachers claim that Kanye did not allow crossword puzzles or coloring sheets at Donda Academy. Classes could not take place on the second floor because Kanye is, quote, afraid of stairs, and yet he didn't want children using forks or utensils.
So that's his school. He does what he wants. You don't like it, you yank him out.
The suit alleges Kanye did not allow artwork to be hung on walls, and no one was allowed to wear jewelry simply because he, quote, did not like jewelry.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Hey, who the hell is having Kanye West teach their children?
Well, I don't think
you get what you pay for, homie.
I don't think he teaches the kids, but
even his school. It was like, hey, it sounds like a good school. Who's got?
It's his curriculum.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
Who thought that was a good idea? Come on, man.
Well, it's not. It looks like it's not going so well so far.
Hey, at least your
I'm
kids
gonna
are
find that
getting
Donald
fed.
Trump school.
Oh, hey, did you guys see the whole thing about him? Yeah. Did you guys see the whole thing about him not hating Jews anymore because he watched Jonah Hill on 21 Jump Street? Did you guys hear that story?
Behind the Curve. He should have watched that movie a long time ago, and this would have ixnayed all that.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, he like tweeted or put some shit out on Instagram the other day that said that he had just watched 21 that he had just watched 21 Jump Street, and now he doesn't hate Jews anymore because Jonah Hill.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The last note is Ye loves the Jews now.
Yeah, hold on. I'll find that one for you too. You guys
Why is
either that or he didn't like him more because he sucks as an actor. But anyway.
Who, Jonah?
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't mind
him.
him.
He is what he is.
I don't mind him.
He's not.
For what he is.
He's not my favorite.
I mean, I think he's been good in some movies like War Dogs. I thought he was good in that.
That was probably his best. Movies that I've seen him in, that's probably the best one.
Wolf of Wall Street.
He was good in Wolf of Wall Street.
I thought he was good in that.
Those
one.
fucking teeth he wore.
Yeah. Oh, they were great. Yeah.
Bite a brick in half.
Kanye West has changed his tune on Jewish people just a few months removed from his anti-Semitic rants across several platforms. Apparently, all it took was watching 21 Jump Street, starring Jonah Hill. And this is a quote from him. Watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again.
God damn, he's nuts.
No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. Well, I agree with that, yay. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semite knowing Jesus is a Jew. So... So maybe I need to watch 21 Jump Street.
I think that guy should teach my children.
Do you not like Jews?
No, I like Jews.
Watch it.
Yeah.
No, he just wants to watch 21 Jump Street.
No, I actually do not.
I
It's
didn't
on
think
Netflix.
you had any hate in your life, dude.
I don't. It's on Netflix, I think. 21 Jump Street. I'm pretty sure.
Might be.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm sure it's on one of the major streamers.
It shows up in on my shit I should watch.
On shit you should watch.
Maybe they know I'm a Yay fan. Maybe they think.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
You
That's
need to
it.
watch this so you like Jews.
Yeah.
You guys watched any good ones lately?
No.
Started watching Tulsa King.
Tulsa
interesting.
King.
I finished The
With
Night
Stallone.
Agent. But other than that,
you were digging that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be an ongoing series, you think?
I think
or is
so.
it
I think
like,
there's going to be another series, or at least another
Season.
season coming out.
Because it's been doing pretty well.
You might actually like that, Will.
I've heard it's good, and it
it
was like
had-
I just got so much
It's
crap.
a little
to,
far-fetched on how they bend the rules of government and secession and things, but it's pretty good.
Because it's about the vice president trying to.
So the vice president has decided to act because he thinks the president is weak now because it's a female president. So he thinks she is very weak and soft on crime and soft on political stances, and he's just done with it. So he arranges to have a bomb go off on a subway tunnel, but where it goes off, at least it's supposed to go off. It's supposed to go off under a main gas line and take out 2 city blocks. And he's going to try and do an assassination on American soil, but make it look like an accident. And it goes south real quick, and everything. It all ties together really nicely. And then at the end, they're like at Camp David. They have an attack at Camp David. And you kind of wonder, like, well, can that really happen? And there's certain aspects of it. Like, I know they've got a panic room under Camp David.
Right.
And it shows the dude in the panic room under Camp David. And there's a few other things. But, like, this guy just goes in a tunnel and gets in, you know. And it's like, that's not the way it's going to be.
So I just opened up my Netflix app on my phone, which I never do. I just
They take liberties.
I just use the one on my TV.
Yeah.
They've got a whole bunch of games now.
Oh, yeah. Netflix
as part
has
of
got-
their
yeah.
app on the phone. Like I'm downloading
Supposedly-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge right now as we
Supposedly
speak.
they got some workout stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen
Posted,
that.
I guess by Nike. From
I've
what
seen
somebody
that.
Says.
I've seen that on the TV.
Gosh dang.
All good.
I've seen that on the TV app.
All
I am
good.
here. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
What
He's
happened there?
fine.
Did you bang into it? Did you
No,
kick it?
my-
Kicked it with
Kicked
his...
the,
Damn you,
cord.
Will.
Damn
Damn you, Will.
Patreon people, all this shit'll be wireless. I wouldn't have to worry about kicking shit.
Well, you know what? We're working
Everybody
on it.
get your coffee money out.
Oh, my God. I would love to have a wireless system. I'd love to get it hooked up to the internet and everything. I just don't know if my internet be fast enough here.
Will, you gonna hang out with us for some after hours?
Yeah,
for a
why
little
not?
bit.
Let's do it, bro.
All right, let's make that happen, man.
So we're going to keep the party going, Dave?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Let's
we
do
are.
it.
Yes,
So
we
for
are.
everyone listening, we're going to keep the party going. Head on over to patreon.com/the Old 77 podcast. And there, you have it, bro. And there, for just a small minimal fee, you get access to early access to episodes that normally everyone doesn't see. You get a whole bunch of after hours and bonus content over there too.
including nude episodes.
Depends on how much you're paying, you know what I mean?
You got to pay 10. We don't give that to you for the 5 a
So
month.
far I only have one, and that's Biscuit.
Yep, that's my man right there.
He gets
paying the
wang.
$10?
Yeah, he gets the $10. He gets wang shots every week.
Wang Chung, baby.
I'll just give Matt $5, so that's for the
Perfect,
Paranormal
perfect.
Society's got the
Heck
$10
yeah.
one.
Smart. I like it. Will, thanks for coming and hanging with us tonight on
Thanks
short
for having me.
notice.
Yeah, for having me.
Our good buddy Biscuit couldn't be with us tonight, and
Scott messaged me and was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Aaron, can I go play with the guys?"
yeah, and you got a cool wife, so she was like, "Sure, honey,
Get
go
the hell
play."
out of here.
Yeah, I love it. It's great being married, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
I like it. I like it. Folks, thanks for listening. Episode 151 is in the books.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We'll see you next week. Stick around for after hours.
Oh, thank you.
Laters.
For a transcript of the Old 77 podcast, write down everything the boys say.